Lolo Did It. We are a hand-dyed yarn small business. It's run by me and my husband, and a couple other people are here to help us. And we're coming out of Las Vegas, Nevada. A couple of people have asked me to tell a little bit more in my intro about what's going on, so I thought I'd let you guys know. You can find us at lolodidit.com or @_LoloDidIt on Instagram, Lolo Did It on Ravelry, and Lolo Did It pretty much everywhere else. So if you're looking for me online, if you Google Lolo Did It, everything pops up right there. So thank you guys for joining me. It's been crazy the past 2 weeks. I feel like I haven't done anything but breathe yarn. That's all I've been doing, which is a good problem to have. So we've been having a really fun time ever since the sock pattern released. I did release a sock pattern called Lolo Short Row Lolo Short Row Socks. It's on Ravelry. It's a $2 pattern. So if you've never done socks before, it's a great beginner pattern. It also has a video tutorial on how to do the heel, and it's literally step by step. You can knit with me knitting the entire heel. So hopefully that's really helpful to you guys. Socks are one of my favorite projects to have on the go all the time. I actually keep a pair of socks in my car and a pair of socks in my husband's car, so that I'm never caught without knitting. And it's a really small project. I mean, usually I have a little tiny bag that I keep everything in. So it's really nice to take with us, or if we, on the spur of a moment, go to the movies or something, I have something to work on. So I hope that helps you guys get started in knitting if you haven't before, or it gives you a new short row heel to try for you guys who are already sock knitters. So thank you so much. We've been putting a lot on the shop. Literally every day I'm putting up more and more on the shop, especially the sock sets, because I'm getting tons of emails and messages from you guys asking for specific colorways, and you did ask me for different yarn bases. I have put not just L'Original on there, but also Everyday and Plush. So if you are looking for the other two sock bases, go ahead and check it out, because I did put a whole bunch on the shop midweek. And then I put a lot on the shop yesterday. So let me show you the sock sets just so you can get an idea. It includes, for the L'Original, it includes one skein of 100 grams of L'Original, which is my brand new sock base, or fingering weight base that I came out with. It is so soft. And then the ply is just amazing. So for me personally, I think this is a perfect sock yarn, but also it's so soft that for next to skin feel, it's really, really nice. So no matter what your project, if you're looking for a single skein that you can go, oh, I can make a pair of socks, or I can put this in another project, this is an excellent yarn base. So it comes with one skein of that and one 28-gram skein of the L'Original Mini. It's 1 ounce or 28 grams. So this is significantly more yarn than my other little Lolos, which are the name that I call the 20-gram minis, but this is a 28-gram mini. So it's quite a lot of yarn in this little package. The sock set underneath the band comes with a $1 coupon code, and that code is good for not just my sock pattern, but any of my patterns on Ravelry. So you can use that coupon code for anything, but it is $1 off, so it's really nice. So that's what the sock sets are. This sock set is actually Pretty Young Thing, which is my very hard to get colorway that I only dye once or twice a year. And I had so many people asking me for Pretty Young Thing on sock sets, so I dyed some. And then this is Blue Tourmaline, which is a really pretty color that goes with it. So this is a sneak peek, because I'm going to put Pretty Young Thing on the shop probably in about 2 weeks. I think you'll see it. But I'm currently dyeing as much as I possibly can for it. And this is one of those colorways, just like Blackberry Jam. It's one of those colorways that I only dye one skein at a time. So it takes me quite a long time to make sure that I have enough stock and enough built up so that I can say, hey, yes, guys, it's ready. So I don't have people emailing me saying, hey, I wasn't able to get it or anything, because that's the last thing I want to do. I do not like creating things that are too hard to get. Sometimes you might have to wait a week and I'll restock it and things like that, but I really, really, really try to not create a frenzy or something that makes it frustrating to shop with me. That's not how I work. I don't do time shop updates. I think I only have one colorway that's out of stock right now. Only one. So all of my colorways are in stock except for like holiday specific or things that have retired. But all of my colorways are in stock except for one. If I'm telling you correctly, I'm pretty positive. So those are the kinds of things I really, really, really try to keep them up to date and stocked up so you guys always have things available. So I get feedback that that's working for you. I mean, you can see all the yarn behind me. I have so much yarn. It's crazy. So we really, really, really try to make sure that they're available, including tonal colors. And even if you do purchase a dye-to-order listing for tonal colors are barely there, the turnaround time is only 9 business days. And then for signature colorways, if you're doing a sweater quantity, it's 14 business days. So it's pretty fast turnaround time. So you do usually get things really quickly. So anyways, I'm going on a tangent on how this works. But anyway, sock sets. This one is the Quibbler and Amazed. And this one is BBSLN and Beauty School Dropout, one of my faves. I also put on the shop mystery sock sets. So I have, anytime I'm playing with color or trying to come up with new ideas or anything, I have a lot of one-of-a-kind or non-repeatable colorways or things that are tests for what I wanted the colorway to be. So it's like iterations of that. And I put them in a bin. They're all one-of-a-kind or couple of a kind. And so I created mystery sock sets out of one-of-a-kind, non-repeatable colorways. So if you see that on the shop, snatch it up because the colors are gorgeous. And most of the time, like I said, it's an iteration of a colorway that I've been working on or trying to work on, or future colorways or future color combos that we've been working on. So it's something that's really, really fun and an ability to get something that is totally unique. So I put those on the shop. As far as socks go, I also put up the Sock Maker's Toolkit. So I get people messaging me all the time. This is my first pair of socks and things like that. What do I need to make a pair of socks? This is literally all the tools you need. You need needles, stitch markers, a ruler, and darning needles. And then I also put in all of the different sock sets have different soap, but they're all eucalyptus. And some of them have Rapture, some of them have lavender, eucalyptus, things like that. So that they're all different, but they have a soap so that when you're done, you can actually wash your socks. So that kit's on the shop. That's in the sock set section. And then I also restocked all of my size 1 needles on 9-inch circulars, 32-inch circulars, 40-inch circulars, and double pointed needles. And I also have the full kits, the full sets, size 2 to 15. I think I have one of those left. I just got it restocked, but they're gone. But so I did restock the Chiaogu needles for you guys, because you guys seem to like those for knitting your socks. And the last thing that I have restocked as far as accessories go are my pocket scales. This is one that I use all the time. It's like filthy, but I use it every day. This is the craft room scale. So this is a little bit bigger. It's enough space to put a cake of yarn on it. So that you can weigh it and then know where you're at, no more yarn chicken. And then the pocket scale is a little bit smaller. You can fit a cake of yarn, but you have to be like exactly in the middle. And those are the kinds that I keep in my project bag all the time. So I have those. I did restock those on the shop as well. So speaking of kits, I'm going to go through all the kits that I've put up on the shop. So firstly, The Walking Dead's over. I can't believe it. It was crazy. If you guys watched it, you know what I'm talking about. It was crazy. It was awesome. I loved the last episode. So I did take down the dye-to-order listing for the Walkers and Blood duo, and I put up all of the skeins that are ready to ship. So this one is this is on plush, but this is the Walkers and Blood duo, so that you can see it. But we have a bunch of those. They're ready to ship. They're not on all of the bases. These are just the extras. That's just what's available and what's left. But I did put those on the shop. The other thing that I started was people email me. I probably get 5 or 6 emails a day asking for people who want help with color combos. And I always say yes. I always talk to people. I always take pictures, and I always make sure that you have the colors that you're really looking for, because I'm a knitter. I mean, I know how much time and energy and effort goes into these projects, especially the big ones. So I want you to get colors that I know that you'll love. So asking for pictures is not a big deal at all. I do it all the time. But some of them I've been putting together lately. I'm like, oh my gosh, I love this set that I just put together. So what I started doing is putting these fade combinations or gradient combinations in the shop. Somebody asked me earlier today, or was it last night? I don't know. I got up at 3:30 this morning, so it's like crazy. So somebody asked me, why don't I put in the link to the pattern or photos of the finished pattern? And it's mainly because there are so many fade type patterns out there right now, because I get your emails. I mean, I get all these different kinds of patterns linked to me all the time, telling me what you want to do and how you want it to look. That it didn't seem like I needed to put an actual pattern in there. If you are looking for a 5 skein fade, you can get it. We'll work on getting 6 or 7 skein fades, and then later on I'll get some 5 skein fades, or I mean 4 skein fades. So you can have different iterations of what those fades look like. Or if you're like, I like this set, but I need one more that goes right here, we can do that. You can email me and say, hey, what would go with this fade set? So that's the only reason I don't have a specific pattern in there, because you guys are emailing me all kinds of patterns, and some of them, I can't remember her name. I know her name online is Orange Knits, but it's Mara Catherine something. I can't remember her last name. Mara. She created this beautiful fade. Oh my gosh, you have to check out this pattern. I'm going to link it here because I cannot remember the name of it for the life of me. It is gorgeous, but somebody asked me for a fade for that, and I just died over it. I believe I downloaded the pattern. If not, it's in my queue, because I was like, this is gorgeous. So I'll link it below because I can't remember the name off the top of my head. But that's a perfect example of what these fades are for. So let me show you some of them. This is one. Oh, there you go. This is one. And this starts with our Barely There collection. Then you've got Jack and Diane, My Man, Carlton, and Blue Suede Shoes. So pretty. This one is a bright one, and this goes along with my shirt today. This is Wake Me Up, Freaking Weekend, Pretty Young Thing, Don't Stop Believing, and then this is a one-of-a-kind colorway that we put in there. I think this is so cool. I want to do one out of this. This one is, starts with Peaches and Cream, I Heart Maggie, Look at the Flowers, Lizzie. This is a one-of-a-kind, and this is Coal Miner's Daughter. One of them. Here's all the greens. Is anybody ready for spring? It's 78 degrees here today. I can't even believe it. It's been very cold and rainy in Las Vegas, which is really weird. So I was so thankful. I got up this morning, and I got up at 3:30, but the sun rose, and it was nice, and it was pretty, and it's nice and warm today, so I'm really enjoying it. This is Sweet Child of Mine, Fairy Pools, I Heart Daryl, Merry Gentleman, which is actually retired. This is one of my holiday colorways. I think I only had 2 or 3 skeins left. And then Shamrock. Gorgeous. This is Ballerina, Zonkos, Honeydukes, Polyjuice Potion, and Gumball Head. And then the last one that we have up on the shop is Iris, Once Upon a Time, Purple Rain, LA Lady, and I Love Rock and Roll. So cool if you guys like purples. so cool. So we put a whole bunch of these on the shop. I have several of each kit. There's not any kits that I only put up one set of. But if that's something that you've been looking for, you're looking for inspiration, go there. And if you're looking for something specific, I know I have one email today that I will, that somebody asked me for specific colors that didn't quite go with those, and I'm going to do another one. So if you guys have ideas or colorways that you want, don't hesitate to email me. And I usually will get back to you within a day. On the weekends, because I now work from a warehouse and not from my house. On the weekends, on Saturdays and Sundays, I don't have access to the yarn. I should work on that because I don't have all the colorways at my house. I was talking to my husband about that the other day. I'm going to go on a tangent. I'm just warning you. So I was talking to my husband about that the other day, and I was like, so people email me during the weekends for color combos, and I was thinking that I needed all of the colorways at our house. What do you think? And he's like, that's like 250, 280 colors, Laura. And I was like, yeah, I know. And he's like, and you can't knit with it. And he's like, he's like, what are you going to do with it? It's just going to be there for photos. And I was like, yeah, I know. So I'm still working on that. I think I'm going to try to like make a little nook in my house and see if I can like sneak skeins of yarn home so I can take photos during the weekends. But I'm crazy. So, yeah, that was a fun conversation last week. I was like, come on, I need 250 skeins at home. So, he thinks I'm ridiculous. So those are all the kits that are up, that I put up this week. And, I have like 20 more skeins on my table right now. I don't even know where to start. But I have so much more stuff that went on the shop this week. So I'm going to take a break from talking about shop stuff and talk to you, kind of chit chat to you about what's going on as far as what I've been working on. So I have been working on my Timely cardigan, and this is so much fun. So the past 2 weeks, I think I've knit like 4 stripes because I'm just tired. After we get done dyeing all the sock sets for you guys, I'm like, I'm done. Been going to bed at like 8:30. It's crazy. So, but I wanted to show you where I'm at because I did work on, I think I've got 5 or 6 more stripes in here, but it is so pretty. I love it. So the colorways that I'm using are Wizengamot and Golden, and you can see them in here. Wizengamot, Golden, and these little guys I got from Precious Knits on Etsy, and I did order a couple of more because they just hold the balls of yarn really nice, so that they're not unraveling from the outside, because I do pull from the middle, so they kind of get flattened. So I really like them. So if you're looking for something like that, go check out their shop because it's really nice. A lot of people are joining in the knit along, and I wanted to just say that you still have so much time to join in. I got the coolest email. So this is not even having to do with the Timely cardigan, but I've been trying to encourage people to knit sweaters because it's so satisfying to knit a garment and have it fit you, and then you can wear it, and it's something that it's like artwork that you're wearing. And it's special because you did it all yourself. I just find like a handmade wardrobe is just so cool. So I had a group of ladies who are all knitting the Comfort Cardi by Dre Renee Knits, and they are just the nicest bunch of ladies that I've been emailing back and forth. I think I've got 2 more emails from them I need to respond to this morning. But they are all knitting this cardigan together, and that's kind of the point of this is I'm not encouraging you to only knit this pattern or only knit it with me, but grab your group of friends together and knit something together because it's so much easier to tackle a large project or something that you're not sure of. I think 2 of their group, I'm not sure of the other 2, are knitting sweaters for the first time. So it's a lot more fun and enjoyable to grab your best knitting friend and do it together, so that when you guys get to a spot that you're like, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing, you can talk to each other. And that's the point of this knit along too. I have a group on my Ravelry that you can chit chat and ask the community, or find somebody who's at the same spot as you and private message them. You know, whatever you need to do so that you have some place to go and ask questions and you're not feeling overwhelmed with this big of a project, because really it's something that you can totally do and you can totally take on. So it's always really exciting to get messages from you guys that you're taking on these projects or trying something new, or putting together color combos that you never would have thought you would put together before. It's really enjoyable for me. That's probably my favorite part of the job, is talking to you guys. And getting your emails and talking to you about what you're planning on making or who it's for and things like that. You know, like somebody emailed me this week about a baby blanket and stuff, and I'm like, I just find it really cool that you guys want to share that with me. And so that's why I wanted to mention the knit-alongs, because it's a great place to find friends and find community if you don't have one, or you don't have a local yarn store or a local crafting community, that you can find people online. Some of the best friends I've ever made, I've made through our knitting community online. So it's something that I definitely encourage you to do and take on, because it's changed my life. And I don't know if, I hope that knitting changes your life too, and friends that you're making and projects that you're tackling. So that's just my 2 cents. I'm just adding it on. The Timely Cardigan knit along ends on June 18th, so you still have tons of time. Anybody can join, any yarn, anything, anybody can join, but I will pull prize pools from people who are using 100% Lolo Did It yarn. So I just wanted to make sure to tell you that if you are wanting to join for the purpose of a prize and not just for the purpose of finding some friends and community, then make sure you're using 100% Lolo Did It yarn. And we have lots on the shop ready to ship, so if you're looking for something to go right away, just check it out. I added a new section on my shop so you can search by yarn base, and you can search by category. So if you're looking for like I Heart the 80s, you can find all of the 80s references right in one spot. Or if you're looking for like I want to do a cardigan out of Dreamy, then you can search Dreamy and see what all the colorways are that are available on Dreamy. The tonal colors, barely there colors are always available all the time on all of the yarn bases. Some of the yarn bases are dyed to order, but again, it's such a quick turnaround time that that you still would be able to join in the knit along and be able to do it. So yeah. So thank you guys so much for joining in. It's been really fun to see all of your projects and see what you guys are doing, and talking to you. So speaking of large projects, I wanted to mention I've been getting a lot of questions about Whole Lotta DK. This is a 250 gram skein of DK, which is 85% Polworth, 15% silk. People are asking does the silk weigh down the project? And the answer is no. Like sometimes with things that it's a really heavy cardigan that you would be knitting, or a heavy sweater, sometimes if you have too much percentage of silk, you would notice that it kind of droops here at the shoulders. You'd be able to see it, or doesn't hang evenly at the hem. But this, because it's 15% silk, it gives enough that it has that really, really soft, nice hand feel and the really beautiful sheen that silk gives wool. But it does not change the structure of the fibers enough to affect the structure of the garment. So I wanted to say that. Other people are asking, can I use my regular ball winder and Swift? So the circumference of this yarn it will fit on my standard Swift. My Swift is just one of those things that cross, and I did not buy anything special. It's just 2 pieces of wood with 4 pegs, and it fits on there. The ball winder does need to have a little bit of distance. I have a little tiny like red plastic ball winder. It was the first ball winder I ever bought. And it's really little and does really little balls. That will not accommodate this. But the ball winder that I do have, and actually I'll just go get it. So what you're looking for in your ball winder is that it has a distance between where you're winding and the ball winder. And this one, this is a Stanwood, and it would work just fine. But you can use, there's so many brands out there. Just make sure that it's got enough space. Not those little tiny ball winders, the little tiny plastic ones, if you guys know what I'm talking about. But the regular size ball winders should work just fine. So that's just my experience. It also depends on how tightly or loosely you're holding that yarn. If you hold your yarn here before you're winding it up, it will make your ball tighter. And if you don't hold it, if you just let it go loose, it will make your ball looser and it will be a bigger ball of yarn. So it all depends on how much space you have in between here and how tight your tension is over here. But I did want to tell you my experience. It's not going to be the experience of everybody, but this was my experience with these particular skeins of yarn. So, because people are asking. So I thought I'd go over that a little bit. But anyways, this is a really awesome option for sweater quantities. And no, you don't have to order only tonal colors. I will do any of my colorways on the Whole Lotta DK, any of my current colorways. So that means not hippos, not holiday specific, and not retired colorways, but anything that if you click on signature colorways, you will see all the colorways that you can choose. And then you can choose Barely There, and you can also choose any of the tonal colors as well. So you do have the option to get anything you want. You are not restricted to tonal colors. It just seems like that's what people are ordering lately. And so that's what I have photos of. But you can pick any signature colorway as well. The speckles are not, on this yarn, is not quite as sharp as you would get on a fingering weight yarn. So like you can see, here's one. See how you can see how sharp these speckles are? You would not get that. They're going to spread a little bit more on this. But they're not as sharp, but it's still really, really pretty and nicely variegated no matter what. So anyways, those are some of my frequently asked questions. How did I forget this? Oh my goodness. So I'm editing the podcast and I realized that I forgot to talk about something that was really important and new to the shop. I'm assuming that I forgot because I don't have a skein of yarn in front of me to remind me to tell you guys. But what we're doing now is we're having a sock club, a yarn club basically, where we're doing an exclusive colorway available to the yarn club only. And we're dyeing it once a month and shipping it out every month. This month started, I put the listing on the website on Monday. The listing will leave the website on Sunday, so you only have 3 more days to purchase it. And it is, the theme of the entire club is called Monsters of the World. The very first one is El Chupacabra. But you guys have been sending me all of your ideas for all the different monsters of the world that you would like to see, and we've got a very long list. So we'll try to get to all of them. I definitely have 6 planned that I had planned before I even announced it. So as soon as we get through the 6th, then we'll see where this club takes us. But we're really, really excited about it. It features our new and exclusive yarn base, which is Low Original. It is 85% extra fine superwash merino and 15% nylon. It's 4-ply yarn, fingering weight, and also you'd get a 100-gram full skein and a 28-gram mini skein, both of which are speckled and coordinating. So this is available in the shop under sets and kits, and then you will see it under limited time. So don't forget to check out. This is really, really fun, and it's exclusive to the club. It is not a commitment club. You do not have to sign up for a subscription. You don't have to pay in advance for months in advance. You just pay 1 month at a time as you go. For this one, the listing is going down on April 22nd, and we will ship on May 22nd. So every time we pop it up on the shop, it'll be sometime mid-month. It'll be available for a week, and then 1 month later, we'll be shipping it. So I hope you guys like it. We're really excited. I've gotten so many people messaging me about it, so I think that you guys like it too. You do have the option to get an exclusive matching project bag with it. These are our medium-sized 2 to 3 skein bags. They are, I think I only have one left, so they are limited. The rest of them for the skeins, I'm not limiting the amount of skeins that we have available, but I am limiting the amount of bags that we have available. So make sure if that's something that you want to go snatch it up right away as soon as you watch this podcast, because this is it. So I hope you guys have an awesome weekend. Thank you so much for letting me pop in and remind you guys about the Yarn Club. Thank you guys. So I'll go through all the rest of the stuff. Firstly, talking about hippos. Hippo for Mom just came out. And the colorways that I still have on my shop right now that haven't retired yet are Hippo for Mom and Hippo for Cinco. So these ones are current. They're not retired. Hippo for Cinco, I just dyed it on Lolo's Favorite and Simple Worsted. So you will be able to order that. I think I'll get it up on the shop on Monday. So if you guys were waiting for that, and Hippo for Mom, I think is available on all of the yarn bases. Some that have retired are Hippo for Easter. I just have a few of these left. Just a few. And then Hippo for St. Patty's. I have that on the shop as well. Yeti, my new collection, Yeti goes to, and then we're coming up with all sorts of amazing places that Yeti gets to go. This is Yeti Goes to Hogwarts. This is my first one. I have all of the house colors in here, and I thought it would be a really fun way to kick it off, but this is now retired. This is the very last of it. I do have a matching project bag to go with it, but they are both retired. This is the last of them that are available in the shop, and the new Yeti is coming out in approximately a week. So, yes, and the new one, so cool. It is so cool. I love it. So I hope you guys love it too. It's totally is nerding out on where Yeti gets to go on this one. So I am a complete nerd, I will admit it, but I can't wait to share with you what the next place that Yeti gets to go. So I hope you like it. Let's see. So the Las Vegas Golden Knights are doing really good. They got through the first round of the playoffs. I mean, from what I was reading, against predictions that they were going to go to the second round. So I was really excited. We were holding our breath through all of the games. So I have restocked this on several of the bases. This is Sparkle. So if you guys have been watching the hockey playoffs and wanted to get some Golden Knights stuff, it is there. I restocked Wild Horses, which is a Mr. Lolo original. This is gorgeous. And it's really, really lightly speckled and very lightly variegated. So it's really, really subtle and pretty. I restocked Wake Me Up. And this one doesn't show the pink on the outside, but there is pink in this. And this is Wake Me Up on Baby Got Yak. So I restocked these. They are awesome. And this is a really good starting point for any fade, because if you're doing bright colors, this is very light but very bright colors in this one. So it's a good idea. I restocked Fire and Ice, which is a Game of Thrones reference. Those dragons get me every time. Seriously, I can't wait till next season. This is... I have not restocked this since last spring. So this is Tiny Dancer. And this is an Elton John reference. I actually dyed, so like the history of colorways. I actually dyed Blue Jean Baby, LA Lady, which I don't have here, and Tiny Dancer all on the same day. This was several years ago. And I dyed them all on the same day. And so I was listening to Elton John, the entire album, that day. And so I named them all from the same song. So Blue Jean Baby, LA Lady, and then Tiny Dancer. So this is, and it's supposed to look like a springtime flower. So you'll see the stem and then the pink, and that's basically how I intended this to look. So it's a perfect springtime color, and that's why I had to dye it. It's beautiful. So, and Elton John's doing his last year of touring. How is that even possible? We went and saw him when he was on the Strip, the $1 Million Piano Tour. It is so good. And honestly, okay, so I love Elton John, but his percussionist is so cool and so good. We had such a great time. So, and I love music, obviously. So this is, Elton John's a good one. I might have to do another one because I'm like, Mona Lisa, Mad Hatters. I don't know. We got to do something else. I think that's one of my favorite ones, favorite songs. This is America's Team that I just restocked. And I've been trying to restock the sports colorways because it's coming up to the summertime. And then of course, after the summer, it's football season. For everyone who's asking, I am going to do as a bunch more teams. So I have all of your, last year there was a survey, like what teams do you want? And I literally just went down the list of popularity on what you guys clicked on. So I'll just continue going down that same list. So this is America's Team. This is Dallas Cowboys, but this colorway would also work really, really well for the Detroit Lions. So this is restocked, and I am restocking the sports colorways. Used to only be available on Everyday Sock, Plush Sock, and Worsted, and sometimes Low Biggity. But I'm going to make them available on all of my bases. So that includes Solo, Sparkle, Dreamy, Low Original. So you'll start seeing them on a lot of different bases because they're just gorgeous colorways all on their own. Whether you're a sports fan or not, this is gorgeous. So I decided to make them available on everything. This is Heisenberg. I restocked this. This is a Breaking Bad reference. Restocked Radioactive Zombies. So cool. This is, you can't see it very well, but it's like gray and neon. It looks so cool knit up. Very, very cool. This is Purple People Eaters, which again is one of my sports colors. This is Minnesota Vikings, but it would also work. I mean, my husband's high school colors were these. So, so if anybody's gold and purple, that's what this is. And I restocked it on all of my yarn bases. So you'll see that there. Polyjuice Potion got restocked. Ooh, look at that. Yes. So Polyjuice Potion, this is a Harry Potter reference. What else do I have? This is, oh, Hello Little Birdie. This was one that I had retired a while ago, and then I brought back a couple of months ago. But this was inspired by a photo inspiration photo competition that I did a long time ago. That I ended up bringing back, and I love it. So I restocked this on all of the yarn bases. This is one that we don't dye nearly as often as the speckled colorway. So if you click on my categories, you'll see kettle dyed colors. This is part of the kettle dyed, and these types of colors are not dyed nearly as often. This is also a kettle dyed. This is Blue Jean Baby. This is also a kettle dyed one. Save Fantasia is another one. So if you click on that category, you'll see what they are. We don't dye them very often, so when you see them on the shop, make sure to snag a skank. This is just, I mean, I love it. All right. I did dye, we've been trying to dye more colorways on Baby Got Yak to kind of show you guys what they look like, but I wanted to show you, this is Elba Island. Oops. Elba Island on Baby Got Yak. Really gorgeous. I have 3 of these ready to ship. So if you order the dye to order listing, I do have 3 of these ready to ship. This is crazy amazing. I love it. So I had to show it off because I was like, ooh, new colorway and Baby Got Yak. We did a brand new colorway this week. It was released on Monday, Tuesday-ish. And this is Make It Rain. This is on my sparkle base. Fabulous. I love it. So this is inspired by the Ed Sheeran song and his album, and also by Las Vegas Rain because it's been cold and rainy here because we're crazy. So this is really, really pretty. This is super popular. I sold out of it on some of the bases already. So we'll dye it soon. You'll probably see it within 2 or 3 weeks again, if you're looking for a specific base. But don't forget that you can always go to my sweater quantity section. So if you're looking for 3 skeins or more, you can always order 3 skeins or more on any of my current colorways as dye to order. And I'll dye it for you. So make it rain. Okay, so before I show you my last color that's brand new, I wanted to share with you Yarn Club in Virginia Beach, Virginia, carries some of my yarn. And so do quite a few other stores. We just started opening up to yarn stores being able to purchase yarn from us. So they're one of the first stores this year who jumped on the bandwagon, and they asked me for an exclusive colorway just last month, and so we did. And this is what we came up with, and we called this King Neptune. And this is exclusively available at their shop. So if you're interested in it, just go ahead and message the shop or give them a call or email them. But they are super nice people, really nice. But they're having an event this Saturday. They're releasing this colorway. And I wanted to make sure to mention it because I did share a post and people were asking how do they get it. They just messaged their shop. I will not be selling it at all because it's exclusive to them. But I will be dyeing their orders. So I know they're releasing it Saturday. So if you're in the Virginia Beach area, go over there. And if you are not, give them a call. So Andrea told me that Andrea is the person that I work with over there. She said that she would be taking orders. So I don't know the details of the orders. I don't know what their turnaround time is or anything like that, but she's taking the orders and we're dyeing the yarn. So go check them out. They're really, really sweet over there. And the very last thing I have to talk about, brand new colorway, of course. This one is really just so sweet. This is called Wildwood Flower. And this is it on Dreamy. Really beautiful light tones. It's a beautiful springtime color. And this is inspired by me and Trey. I mean, I listen to a lot of 80s and 90s, don't get me wrong. But me and Trey, most of the time when we're traveling, we're doing road trips, we listen to bluegrass because it's a nice, easy listen. It's easy to sing along with. And then when we're chit-chatting in the background, we just love listening to bluegrass. It's something that we really, really miss about living in the North Carolina mountains. We used to live in North Carolina mountains, and we would go to every single event that had bluegrass playing. And it was a lot of fun. We really, really enjoyed it. So one of the first groups for bluegrass music that really got me hooked was June Carter Cash. Johnny Cash's wife was in a singing group with her family called the Carter Family. And one of their very popular songs that the mother used to sing was Wildwood Flower. And I really love the song. I sing it every time I hear it. When we're listening to bluegrass, I sing the whole thing. And it's something that we really like. Johnny Cash, we really love June Carter Cash. And one of Trey's colorways that he came up with was Folsom. So it's just really special to us and means a lot to us. So it's nice to be able to share some of our inspirations with you guys. Because we're definitely very music-oriented people. We listen to a lot of music, and we like a lot of different genres. So, but this is just one of them that I don't think I've talked about a lot ever, is that we really do love bluegrass. So, thought I'd share that with you. So, go ahead and get that. This is available on the Mesh Shop now. It's available on all the yarn bases. I don't believe at the point that I'm talking to you right now, I don't believe anything is sold out yet on any of the yarn bases. So go ahead and check that out. But that's it. I ran really long today. I hope that you guys liked all my stories. Thank you all so much for joining me every week. Thank you for all the support that you give our little shop. We are so thankful every day. Every night we're sitting down watching, like Wednesday night, we were watching Survivor, and we're like, oh, thank you, Judy. Thank you. Every time an order popped up, we always yell it out and say the name. of the person, because it's so, it really does mean a lot to us. And it's just, you know, it's a very small business. So anytime we have an opportunity to thank you guys, we do, because you guys support us. This is 100% of what we do. We don't do anything else but dye yarn. So I cannot thank you enough for all the support you give us and all the enthusiasm and all of your beautiful emails. So thank you so much. I hope you have an awesome weekend, and I'll see you next week.